introduce my band really quick. We've got Tommy on keys, Garrett on bass, Jay on drums, and my name's Shi La Rosa. Welcome to my submission. Let's fuck around. Tell me what you want. Tell me what you want.
Hoy tenemos una invitada muy especial. Se trata de Shi La Rosa, una cantante estadounidense que actualmente tiene 7.696 oyentes en Spotify.
Welcome, Shi. How are you?
Good. How are you?
Fine.
Fine. Well, when and how did your love for music start?
My love for music started when I was very small. I don't even remember not wanting to be a singer. My whole life I wanted to sing. I remember listening to my dad's music in the car on the radio. He'd play a lot of Whitney Houston when I was little, so I loved Whitney Houston growing up. So ever since I was a baby, I loved music and wanted to sing.
Yeah. What is your biggest goal in the world of the music?
So my biggest goal would just kind of help people like heal or, feel their truest emotions through my music. So I write music to either, cry or to dance and feel liberated and feel okay, feeling sexy and like have fun. And so if I can connect with people in those same ways around the world, that would just be incredible. Like I would love to travel the world and sing and connect and make friends with anyone that connects with my music and learn from them as well. So that would be the coolest thing for me.
Okay, what is your favorite song or your song?
My favorite song of all of my songs is an underrated song. It's called Higher. I love performing it live better than the recording on Spotify. It's just, I think, one of my most poetic songs. It's one of my darkest songs too, but when we play it live, we have a lot of fun. We go really hard, and my keyboard player, Tommy, he plays it really well when we do shows and stuff, so we have so much fun performing that song.
Yeah. How do you make to write a song?
So it'll start with the music usually, and a lot of the times I work with producers because I can't produce all my own music and stuff. So we'll be sitting down together and we'll be messing around on the computer or a guitar or keyboard, and the sound will start to make me feel a certain type of way or remind me of an emotion I've had. And then usually words just kind of start coming out of the air, or I'll start humming a melody, and a song will kind of just build from there, and we'll just vibe off of each other. Like, oh, what if we did a drum break here, if we put in a flute here, and we kind of just talk back and forth, and then we have a song.
Who is your idol in the music of your country and an international artist?
Of my country, there's so many amazing artists out of America. My biggest influence would be Lana Del Rey. She's a little less known, but she's very dark, and her writing is very poetic, and she's a beautiful writer. And when I was growing up, I feel like most singers were really loud and belting and, really high pitch. And so I loved that. But then the first time I heard Lana Del Rey sing, she was very low and quiet and sexy. And she wasn't trying too hard to be something she wasn't. And that changed how I sing, and that changed how I look at music forever. So she's definitely my biggest influence, but in US. But I also love big pop stars like Miley Cyrus too. So, and then international, I can never remember who's from where, but I do know like Rosalia is great, Spanish speaking. So I love Rosalia. She has a really great female energy, and also like she's very powerful. She's very powerful.
How do you think is the public in Argentina?
You guys seem very friendly. My mom is from Brazil. She's from right by Argentina, but I've never been to South America.
Well, if you had to do a tour, which would be to choose countries?
I would love to go everywhere in the world. I would love to do a tour through South America and, you know, go to Brazil where my mom's from, go to Argentina, Uruguay, Paraguay, everywhere. Everywhere seems so beautiful in South America. I'd love to go through Europe as well. My dad's from Italy too, so it'd be cool to, you know, have a show where my dad is from. And then I really would love to connect with people in Asia, in like Japan and Vietnam and Indonesia. Those places just seem so amazing and so different from the culture that I'm used to, and it'd be really cool to experience their culture and experience like a different part of the world that I'm not used to. So I would love to go everywhere.
What it feels like to hear your first song?
It was really cool. So the first time I heard like my first finished song, I was just really excited because I had wanted to make music my whole life and was finally starting to, you know, meet the right people to help me figure out how to do that. And then my first song on the radio I heard, I was so excited. I was in the shower while it came on. I had to jump out of the shower and call my boyfriend up. I'm like, I'm on the radio. But I grew up listening to the radio my whole life, so to have a song being played, not just on Spotify, not just on YouTube, to have someone pick my song to play was just so amazing. It was so cool. And to have whoever else was listening to it, we were all listening to it at the same time, you know, radio, everyone's listening to the same thing. So to have that like joined experience with complete strangers that I'll never meet, I think is so cool.
What do you prefer, the Beatles or Rolling Stones, and why?
Probably the Beatles. I just listened to the Beatles a lot growing up. Me and my little brother, we went through a big Beatles phase where we got all of their CDs from the library and we put them in our computer and we'd listen to them all day and all night. And they're such an influential like band for songwriting and musicianship, and I think that we'd be in a different world if we didn't have the Beatles. So that's why.
The Beatles.
Yeah, the Beatles.
What do you like of the music world?
I like that there's so many different types of artists and they come from so many different levels of musicianship. So you can have someone that went to school and is trained and has been playing piano their whole life. And then you can have someone that, you know, just downloaded a program on their computer and has just been teaching themselves, and they're just a teenager, they're young, they're by themselves, they're in their bedroom, and they're still making just as amazing music as people over here. So I think the world of music is becoming way more accessible and more diverse. You're having a lot more women, you're having a lot more people of color, you're having a lot like people that don't fit on the gender binary making music, and I think that it's really cool that we can all celebrate artistry, making art together, even though we come from all different backgrounds and have all different types of training. So that's what I like the most about the music world.
Okay. How would you describe yourself as an artist?
I would describe myself as an indie pop artist. So I'm independent, I'm not signed to any record label, but I also touch on a lot of different genres. So a lot of my beginning stuff was more like down tempo and more experimental beat making stuff, and then talk we just released is very pop. My song Space Queen is very funky, and then I'm gonna be releasing music that's like a little bit more disco influenced. So I think indie pop kind of wraps that up really nicely. I'm also a visual artist, so I control like what all of my covers look like, except for talk. Cho took care of that. And my music videos, I'm art directing all of them, so I really like to have like that holistic control of a vision. And so starting with the song and then following all the way through the experience that people listening to the song will get. So,
Okay. Thank you for your time. I really love your song, and I hope to see you soon in my country.
thank you so much for interviewing me. I hope we stay in touch.
Thank you.
I'll be in space.